Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and we've got Dawn. Dawn.
Hello.
It's Dawn. Ooh, Dawn's here.
Feeding.
No, we're not feeding on tracks. So we are here tonight. This is a chill stream. I know normally on Friday nights we do our live streams at 8 o'clock, and I haven't been doing those over the last couple weeks because I'm really trying hard to finish my bathroom. But we are doing a quick chill stream tonight because I got something. I got something. And you're, what are you looking at? You're
chat.
Oh, you're looking at chat. Oh, okay. There's chat. Okay.
There's chat.
I was, I can see.
I know you can see what but I'm supposed to,
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You are so out of practice.
I am. I'm a little bit out of practice. I worked a lot this week.
You've been working on your bathroom, so might you say you're a bit flushed?
Oh.
Well, that was okay. In the Discord, they were talking about you doing work and it being draining, and I really wanted to point out that you were doing bathroom work.
Yeah.
So you're welcome for that, Rob. and Paul's here.
Oh, awesome! Well, hello, Rob. Hello, Paul. It's great to see you guys, and thank you for joining us on a Friday night chill stream, which, to get back to where I was before I got derailed, because what you have to understand is that in the preview, I can see what the camera sees, and I'm seeing Don, and he's going like this. And then I remembered, then Don reminded me that the chat window is way over on this screen over here.
He put it there.
It's over. Actually, according to my monitor, I guess it would be over there because it kind of mirrors it, but it's actually over there.
Over there. It is somewhere over there.
Anyway, yes, Paul. We are doing well. I worked a lot this week, traveled a lot, and I'm kind of sore and achy, but I've got toys. And that just kind of makes everything better. And this is a toy that I've been eyeing at D&E Collectibles. You've heard me talk about D&E Collectibles. It's a local collectible shop, vintage toy store here in the Pittsburgh area, and we get too much stuff.
This is really a D&E Collectibles promo stream.
What?
Wait, no, that's your channel at this point in time.
You know what? We do not have any kind of deal. We are not sponsored. I don't think that they actually watch the show. I think they know that
they let you come. Well, it depends on the money you spend versus watching your show. And if they watch the show, would they let you come in? But then again, you do spend a lot of money.
I spend too much of our money, and that's really what we're getting on to, because this is what I've spent too much money on lately. This is Transformers Energon Unicron, and this is a gem. Because you have to understand something. This is the one that kind of got away. I remember when this came out and seeing this in the box, and it just looked amazing. And at the time, I was a student. I didn't have lots of money, and it was hard to justify buying one of these when I already had the Armada version, which was orange and purple. And so I passed on it, and then after I decided, you know what, I'd really like to get one of those, I went back to our local Walmart. Well, actually, it was the Butler Walmart was where I was looking most of the time. And they had an aisle just stacked tons of Dark Unicrons, and we got the box. So this was mint in box, and of course I opened it.
Minty.
Thank you.
You're
And so you see these boxes just lining the shelves, and every one of them had an orange Armada Unicron in it. And after that, I never saw another Dark Unicron in the store. Now, I don't know if that was a Pittsburgh thing or if that was an everywhere thing, but after that, Monica, of course, would watch eBay and, other sellers for for an opportunity to get this, and they're just ridiculously expensive. I mean, people wanted $500-$600 for one.
And look at that! Look at that Prime!
Oh my gosh! I loved the Energon line, but Energon Optimus Prime was bad. He was bad. I mean, well, we've already done the worst of Primes live stream, and Energon Prime was pretty high on that list. Pretty high on a low list. So anyway, so
Joy's here, by the way.
Oh, Joy! Hello, Joy! I should still, here, I've got my green tea, my diet green tea. So, a toast to Joy. And a toast to Paul. And a toast to Rob. And of course a toast to you.
And no toast to Retrobot.
And no, we'll toast Retrobot. Hi,
okay.
Retrobot, this one's for you, buddy.
I suppose.
And a toast to Wheelie. Wheelie behind us, so toast to Wheelie. It's not the same when Monica's not here to make sure that we have music to go along with it. So I need you to hum, mama.
Oh no! Oh, we're doing that.
Okay, that's enough of that. So anyway, we got Dark Unicron here, and I love this toy. And they had him at D&E Collectibles for actually the last, I think, 2 months. And then a week ago, they had a sale, 20% off Transformers. And it's like, I'm doing it. I'm pulling the trigger. And it's bad. It's bad because you have to understand, I just bought a camera and a mixer and then way more than I wanted to for my bathroom, wall panels and how much construction adhesive you need to put up wall panels. Spoiler alert, it's a lot.
It's cheap for wall paneling. Laminate flooring.
Of course, laminate flooring.
I like Rob points out for our singing RIP headphone users.
Yeah, you know what? Advisory. Don't use your AirPods for this live stream.
There was a Dawn content advisory, and I think crap like that should fall under that.
That squarely falls under the warning Dawn content.
I figure. Yeah,
absolutely. So, nonetheless, we do have Unicron here, and he's even better out of the box than he was in the box, and he looks really good. I love all the neon green details. They kind of did a wash here and just let it get into the nooks and crannies, which is not a term that you hear often applied to Transformers, but I'm gonna own it. They
got that green, so that way he's still slightly minty, but he's not in box, so he's not as minty as before.
And in the Transformers Energon series, green was kind of the color of Energon. You know, that's what meant, like, you looked at the Energon stars that the Terracons would
The Terracons got green Energon, but
now the Autobots got red.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so there was like red Energon and green Energon, but so bad guys got green Energon, and good guys got red Energon. I don't know how that works, but nonetheless, Energon was green. At least evil Energon.
Well, and wasn't the synthetic Energon in Prime also green?
It was. What I thought it was purple.
No, purple was Unicron's blood, the dark Energon.
Oh, you're right.
And
synthetic.
then Ratchet's Energon was
yeah,
green.
that's right. You're right. So and of course, consistency across different series of Transformers universe is always paramount.
So Rob has anyway. I just looked it up on the Transformers Wiki, and apparently there were a lot of Armada Unicron shipped in Energon boxes early on, but later waves were supposed to be all the black Energon figures.
And also the Machiavellic is here, so a toast to the Machiavellic. See, I did that while doing the... Yeah.
I figured you valued your keyboard. I wasn't going to try it.
So, yeah. I appreciate that. Because, I actually did clean out my keyboard about a month ago. Like, I took all the keycaps off and went in there with a toothbrush and an air can and some Windex, and I cleaned out everything. And
you know what? You really needed to clean that out. Nothing cleans better than a wheelie. Let me tell you. You just get in there and you just...
All right. Here, you know what? You can use this one, and I've got my homemade one that I made with plumbing parts. All right, that's enough of that. Thank you.
Well,
you know,
okay.
It's not meant to be blown into, but this is the first time. I think that this is the first time in YouTube history that we've had a kazoo explode on camera.
It's a kazoo explosion!
Thank you, Michael Bay, the kazoo aficionado.
So, does that make it a kazoo-splosion?
The kazoo.
Anyways,
explosion. It's a kazplosion. So anyway, so yeah, we got Unicron. He's in his planet mode here, and this toy has lots of features. You know, this is a great toy. I love the Armada version, and I love this one. So it's got the chomping action, which is really cool.
Here, you need to feed something to that.
Oh, well, you know, choosing something entirely at random. Wheelie's life feels so beaten. I'm forgetting which camera. Wheelie's life feels so beaten, but I don't want to be eaten. Thank you, Wheelie, for that. So, yeah, we've got the chomping action. And then we've also got the missiles here, which can be activated with a Minicon, which he comes with Dead End or Gobatron.
That's totally Gobatron.
But you...
Wait, you're going to fire those or something, right?
You know what? I really should. Let's see here. Let's...
You know, I mean, it's entirely important to have something of...
There we go. Let's just set someone here... here. This is
what happens on chill streams.
This is what happens on chill streams. All right, so we'll set up Wheelie right there. Oncoming Unicron, I don't want to stare, but I have to say, this isn't fair. And... oh! Ah! So, yeah, we've got firing missiles, and then there's more features in robot mode, but I wanted to show those off because, you know, he can do them. So let's just set them right there again. We've got a pretty good transform. Now, I will say that the back half of him is, he's got kind of a little bit of box butt happening. Not a lot. They've got the kind of the cod piece here, which for some reason I'm feeling the need to finger. I don't know, but this this kind of gives him a little bit.
At this point, I will have to go boom. Phrasing inappropriate.
Phrasing. But yeah, this at least creates the illusion of a little bit of a round here. One thing that I like about this design, though, is because of this flat area, you can set him down. You can set him flat on a surface, and now granted he's just kind of looking up, and I always think of Unicron in this position when he's in planet mode. That to me is a natural position for Unicron, but of course it can't stand up that way because of the ring. But I can lean him like this, and that works. And at some point, I've even thought maybe I should just build a couple of stands, since I have both of these, and I could have something that kind of rests in here, right between the legs, and supports it and kind of props it up in planetoid mode. That would be really cool. But nonetheless, you have him, and what I like about this design is that even though he does have a little bit of shell forming, this front top quarter of the toy is all just two round panels that kind of make up this surface. But the rest of him, you've got the arms here that are making up this part of the body of the planet. You've got the feet here that are making up the underside. So, and you've even got the legs here and the cod piece here that make up that back shape. That it's a little bit blunted, but it still gives a nice circular shape overall to the planetoid mode that I really like, and that's something that there have been since this a lot of other Unicron toys. There's of course probably the reason why the price on these Unicrons has gone down recently is because of the HasLabs Unicron, which
is completely a shell former.
Complete shell former. And granted, when I was a kid, the idea of a Unicron toy that would be like close to 3 feet tall would have blown my mind. I would be like, oh my god, I want that so much! But I don't have the HasLabs Unicron. I made the conscious decision to not, and
and you have a camera,
and now I have a camera that cost about the same amount as the HasLabs Unicron. So it was either better videos or HasLabs Unicron. The other thing is that from the videos that I've seen, it takes close to an hour to transform that, and a lot of the videos that I've seen are like 2 people. It's not a playable toy. It doesn't strike me as a playable toy.
No, it's not. I mean,
it's a showpiece.
Well, it's a showpiece, and even like he can stand in robot mode, but I have seen a few reviewers talk about how they recommend even in robot mode you keep him on the stand because he's very back heavy,
he wants to topple.
Well, yeah, now admittedly there are other HasLab projects in more recent that have come under much more fire than him. So,
sure,
it is what it is.
The idea that people on the internet are going to complain about something that a company does, especially a company providing stuff to toy and game nerds, I'm shocked. This is my shocked face.
Yeah. And the Machiavellic point says that, let's be real, a robot that turns into a planet is just going to be at least somewhat of a shell former, which...
Yeah.
The original prototype for Unicron really wasn't a shell former. He was just a giant basketball.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my god. That was so bad. It was so bad. It would have been so bad.
It was bad.
I'm glad they didn't make that toy.
It was nearly wheelie bad.
It was yeah. In fact, I would say that the original prototype for Unicron was worse than Wheelie, because Wheelie, the good news is Wheelie was at their lowest price point. You weren't investing a lot of money to get Wheelie, and you got what you got. And if you wanted him to look like a little spaceman, you could do that, and that's actually pretty cool. So.
And the Mac says that the chat should start saving up to Clay to buy the 01 Studio Cell, but first of all, the Studio Cell is a lot cheaper. But he's really half the size of.
One thing
I like.
What about 18 inches, maybe 20 inches, something like that.
MGO 360 does, he does wonderful review videos. And one thing I like when he did his Unicron video, which you get a full scale of this thing because he's half in camera manipulating this thing. He has one cell and he puts them next to it. And it's like, okay, Now, I think 01 cell, there are some details that I think are loving, that are cool that they did with that.
The interior things that they did.
Now, admittedly,
the little view screens that they did. Kind of recreating some of those scenes from the movie that they did.
But, a criticism you could say is that really they designed half a Transformer because he's a sphere, and it's the same, you just reverse the pieces.
You know what, that doesn't bother. That wouldn't bother.
Bad, but
at some point, I will probably get the cell.
Yeah,
the cell version.
Well, you gotta get the cell, and then you get the upgrade kit because you gotta buy the head separate.
You have to buy the head separately?
Yes. The head is a separate piece because the cell, just the body, if you buy it. Because that way, they're not selling you Unicron, they're selling you cell. Look at this thing. Now, I do like that the stands are also like the funnel for the energy that comes out.
Well,
they beautifully did that, but
let's just say that when I say that at some point I'm going to buy the head along with it.
Yeah,
just I'm gonna throw that out, and I feel like it should be assumed that if I'm buying that, I'm getting.
I will comment one thing. The Machiavellic also says that cell is cheaper and playable. From what I've heard of the cell, the reviewers have basically said it's just as much of a challenge to transform as like HasLabs. It is not easy. Because I remember the line of, I went through all stages of grief and anger trying to transform this thing. It's not easy.
I did manage to transform movie Bumblebee Masterpiece version.
Yeah, imagine doing that 5 times in a row and you've gotten 30% of transforming.
Okay. Nonetheless, I am very intrigued by I kind of want to get that at some point, but I don't feel that. Strangely enough, I don't feel that way towards the HasLabs Unicron. I think in part because it's so big. I've already got a lot of big toys that it's hard to find room for, and this is just a bigger toy that is something that would be so large and so unmanageable that I can't really use it I can't sit down and just play with it. I can't, I can't have fun with it. It's a showpiece. It's something that you can invite people to your home and say, look, I've got this, and assuming that they're cool, they'll be impressed. And be like, oh my god, you got that! Oh, how many times have you transformed it? And of course you say once. Because anybody who has the HasLabs Unicron has transformed it once.
Well, some of the reviewers have had to transform it more than once because
they had to figure out how to transform it and then record it. So yeah,
but yeah, it's it's a showpiece. But hey.
So another neat feature, of course, this is part of the Energon series, which was part of the Unicron trilogy, and that was preceded by Armada. So Armada and Energon and Cybertron all heavily featured minicons as a center point of the stories and the play features. So he has minicon ports all over him. The rings are just lined with these minicon ports. He's got minicon activated weapons, and he's got more minicon ports than what you see here. We'll get to those when I show the robot mode, which I might as well do. Let's just do this.
The box touts that he can hold 27 minicons.
Yeah. Oh, here, this is also something cool. Now, I noticed that in my Armada version, this works a little bit better. In this one, it's a little bit loose. But he's just got this kind of receptacle right here where you can plug dead end in.
Gobatron.
Or Gobatron, depending on what your headcanon is. And I like to point the little gun forward. But, so... he just kind of plugs in right to the planet's forehead, and that's
really
cool.
Can the planet have a forehead? I mean, it doesn't have eyes.
Can the planet have horns?
Well, they're there, but there are no eyes. So where exactly is the forehead?
It's definitely got a mouth. Okay, it's definitely got a mouth.
But this is kind of closer to the chin or a mustache or something by mouth standards.
But I recently saw Transformers the movie in theaters, and I was reminded that this makes a cartoon chomping noise.
It does.
Actually, that was the thing inside that had that kind of masher thing, but nonetheless, it made the chomping noise. Which even when I was a kid, I didn't like that. It was like, what they're using Yogi Bear eating a picnic basket lunch noise for Unicron, really?
Well, I mean, when you're older, you go back and you see some of the shortcuts they put in some places, and you go.
You start counting Wilhelm screams.
Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with a good Wilhelm scream.
So yeah, we have this toy, and it's tremendously playable, and I just like go. No, let's not do it.
We got some.
Those don't have minicon ports. Those are the new ones. So Monica brought out a giant bag of minicons.
There's holes.
Do they fit? Oh, okay. Modern. So these are. I forget which series these are from, but see, they still hold minicons. So even the new minicons. No. Unicron's supposed to eat those, not you. He does not have one.
Fix that.
No, we're not cutting into Wheelie. So let's go ahead and let's turn him into a robot. And that's another thing. His transformation is interesting, but it's not hard. So let's take out Dead End here. And what I'm going to do, let's see. So I'm going to start by pulling this out and just disengaging these parts. And there's joints here on the sides and joints here, so you can get those out. There's just like a little hole right there that sets into. And then on the bottom, there's the feet, and they just need to kind of split. because they peg in sideways, and then that releases the things on the side. So.
Why?
Wait. Darken our brightest hour. See, I'm doing the thing. I better not do that because then it'll break and
till all are broken.
Till all are broken. Till all are broken. Till all are broken. So all right.
You paid a lot for this, so it would make you rather sad if you broke it.
There would be tears. They would be real. They would be big, manly tears.
No, they wouldn't. They'd be sissy girls' tears. I've seen them cry before.
You know what?
They'd laugh.
You shut up, okay? That manly tears, okay? It would be no. That's whimpering, okay? I blubber when I cry. I blubber like a man. A man who's in touch with his emotions. It's particularly sadness if I break cherished toys. So anyway, yeah, it's gonna end up being Dinobot all over again. Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
Wow, that was wow.
So here, let's just put these together. You can see there's a swivel joint right here, and it's hard to hold it up for the camera while I do this, but you see how... thank you. So you see these rotate around like that, and you can put them together. And that just kind of helps to keep them out of the way while you're doing the rest of Unicron. And then you separate the panels on the front here. Would you go ahead and hold them up? There we go. And now, with this toy... This is all translucent plastic. It's hard to see here on camera. But let me get it closer. But you can kind of see how you can see through it a bit, and it's a beautiful effect. I mean, it really is just gorgeous. It is a kind of a gray blue, a dark plastic, and they even have these silver airbrushed spots that just add a unique texture to it. But
can you show it maybe better on your new camera? Would that show up better?
Well, let me see if I can get it really close. Okay, let's.
Which button?
No. It's the computer. So here's what we do.
Okay.
We go there and we click that, and
I just wondered if it might.
So if you can see there, you can kind of see in the front here how this is painted from behind, and you're getting to see the textures through the silver paint from the behind. And then inside here, it's really hard to tell that it's translucent on the camera because the light's reflecting off of it.
I just wondered if you could catch some of the highlights better on your better camera.
But so you want to be careful with these because, of course, anytime you have these translucent plastics, they do tend to be kind of brittle. So
not as bad as gold plastic syndrome, but still.
So here we go. We're going to actually, you know what? Before I do that,
this Unicron is requiring 2 people to transform?
That's only because I'm holding it up for the camera. All right.
I just wanted to point out the comedy of the situation where we were just bashing.
We were just bashing. Okay, so here, I'm gonna pull out the legs first. And the legs, so you have the lower half of the planet is made up by the legs. And once again, not shell. It's part of the design of the robot, so it's folding. And I also like that he looks like Pac-Man's evil doppelganger. So that's kind of cool. But,
also, La Rasca has been in the chat for a little bit, but I'd forgotten we haven't.
Okay. Hey, a toast to La Rascase.
Yeah.
Am I saying that? La Rascase! Welcome!
Yeah. The text is tiny, my eyes ain't good, so.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that earlier. I didn't.
So, alright, so you're going to disengage the legs from the bottom, and that gives you the ability to make Pac-Man, which is, evil Pac-Man, but Pac-Man nonetheless. And that's pretty cool. And you can go ahead and straighten out the knees, which have nice clickers in them, as you can hear. And we're going to pull, so I'm going to pull the feet from the bottom. And just do that. Do that. And if I pull the foot forward, it's going to expose, this is actually the foot. This is the heel, which always struck me as odd. You know, you'd think that the foot would be the big part and the heel would be, but no, with Unicron, it's backwards.
He's the Chaos Bringer.
He's the Chaos Bringer, you know?
Don't.
He's got a raspberry beret. He walks in through the outdoor. I mean, mass hysteria. See how dogs and cats living together. So you're going to take the foot and you're going to twist it 180 degrees, and we're going to twist this one too. And then we can have the foot aimed down towards the front of the leg. This is the front of the leg, so we'll just aim those forward, and then we'll take the heel and aim it towards the back of the leg. And see, now he's got nice big feet. Big feet! For the time, this was a big toy. And it had a lot of stuff hanging off of the back. So what did the designers do? They gave him big heels, so that he's a little less likely to flop over backwards when you have him sitting on a shelf. Thank you, Hasbro.
Of like 20...
Of like 19...
This is Energon. This is post-2000.
96?
No.
No, you're right. It would be 2002?
2000... Probably 3, I think. 3 or 4.
Okay.
I'm sure eventually somebody in chat will point out when Energon actually came out, but... close it in on, but not quite 20 years.
So all are broken. This is just a snap joint, but...
Suppose... You know what I could do?
Oh, you can look for the copyright date.
2003.
2003, very good.
Hasbro, Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
So, these side quarter spheres are going to rotate around like this. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side there. And that's going to give him legs. And see, he's got hip joints. So you can even spread out the legs if you want to. We're just going to bring
these things are also the same translucent plastic.
Yeah, the outside is that same translucent plastic, which looks really, really cool. And so let's pull out the arms. Do I want to pull out the arms, or do I want to get the
It's your chill stream. It's your chill stream, man.
Go wild. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull out the arms. So let's go ahead and you just grab it. Put your thumbs on the spikes and spread like that. And now you've got the arms away. And now let's go ahead and let's do the top portion here that's got the maw. The maw splits, and I'm trying to be careful. Okay, so I'm just putting my fingers right into that divot where dead end was, the dead end socket, and I'm just the Gobatron socket, and I'm just separating them out like this, and they just pull away. And there's a lot of articulation here. It's got this swivel thing that goes this way. It's got another rotation point here that just snaps in. So, it goes all over the place. And that's actually kind of nice because these things just get in the way. They're sort of wing things, and they're just in the way. There's also another point of articulation. They swivel around like this. So you can move these all over the place. And I try to move them by this joint because, again, this is 20-year-old translucent plastic, and I don't want them till all are broken. So we have Unicron like this, and we're going to take the arms. And now here's the thing: the wing joint, this whole wing joint assembly here is all of these twisting pieces and little linkage pieces that go together to hold this wing part and then these ring parts, and they're all connected to this shoulder joint, which is going to snap up against the body. But before we do that, we might as well put the head forward, and it'll just snap in. Turn the horns up, and now let's just make sure that these can move up freely, because they're going to need to move when these are moving up. So then we're going to take that shoulder joint and we're going to snap it up just like that. And now we can take the arm. The shoulder is going to go forward. The outside of the shoulder has this rubbery sheath on it, and so if you pull from the bottom, you can just slide it up to give him a more menacing shoulder. It was the 80s. He needed shoulder pads.
And then the 80s. We said it was 2003.
Transformers were born in the 80s. He was born in 1986.
But that one didn't have big shoulder pads.
This one was designed after that one. Back me up, internet. Come on, help me out. The internet is not going to back me up. So anyway, it was the 2000s. People needed shoulder pads. I don't know. I think that shoulder pads were well and truly dead by then, and as they should be. What a terrible thing. It's like let's make women dress like football players.
You find football players sexy? Why not?
I do not.
Well, it's fine, but I
don't.
feel you're being harsh on the fashion.
Well, I'm standing by it. Standing by it.
Stop sports shaming women.
I have no argument for that. I salute you, sir. You won that round.
Why do I not feel like I've won?
No, you know what? I definitively lost. So all right, we're going to give him 80s style shoulder pads and lift those up. And now the arms rotate around like that because the spikes go on the underside of the arm. And you have a door here, which, oh, my thumbnails are so sore. I've been doing a lot of electrical work this week, a lot of twisting wires and stuff, and I should use more pliers. Okay, the lesson to be learned is use your pliers when doing electrical work, because I spent 2 days just twisting and twisting wire nuts and twisting wires together and stuff and not using pliers, and now it feels like my thumbnail just wants to separate from the thumb, and it's very sore. So
you could open that with a spudger.
I could, and maybe I'll do that with the next one. So you pull out the hand here, you flip out the hand, and then you snap that closed. Now, there were batteries in here, and they still worked. I took them out because they were leaking because they were 20 years old. But the hand would flash, it would turn red, and that was really cool. And also, there's a button on the head, and the eyes would light up, and they would also flash menacingly. And those batteries were also leaking, but not badly in either case. Yeah, which is nice. That's a little bit of a surprise, but yeah, I did take the batteries out because and clean out the battery chambers because I don't want that acid in there destroying my Unicron. So we're going to rotate around the other arm, and you had a spudger. Spudger
right there.
All right. Light up fist, glowing eyes.
So
it says on there. And all of these are with one exclamation point afterwards.
Well, that I think that yeah, look at that. Oh boy, that's nice. So
it was right there. So it was right at hand.
There we go. And speaking of right hands, this is his left hand. and here's the great thing. he has articulated fingers. And that's something that they don't do much in Transformers toys because, of course, Hasbro doesn't want the internet filled with pictures of their toys making rude gestures, which then you get an upgrade kit that gives you individual fingers so that you can take pictures of your Transformers making rude gestures.
I really don't think they're worried about making rude gestures. I think it's more about a parts cost.
You say tomato, I say tomato. You're gonna close the cod piece right there, and then you just have to deal with the kibble on the back. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff back here, and you want to position it so that it looks cool. So, and there's different ways to do that. What I tend to do is I kind of prop the wings out, the planet shell wings. And I'll have them like this, and that kind of braces against his back, and then I'll spread out the planet rings like that, and then he looks like that. You can even rotate these around. And do a thing like... Oh, wait, that's the exact same thing. And do a thing like this.
Michael Spicer and Asher are here.
Oh, hey, Michael! Hello, Asher! It's good to see you both. Thank you for tuning in to this chill stream. And, at some point, I need to do a video chat with Michael and Asher because I said I would. And I haven't yet. But I haven't forgotten about you. That's important. So there we go, and I'm gonna, position the things, and so you play with the stuff in the back, make them look cool, and then you can have him holding his Minicon guy in a menacing fashion, and oh look, he's eating Wheelie. Or he's at least capturing Wheelie. So that's cool. And here's another thing. So there's still... We've got other... you've already seen the gun things that are Minicon activated on the sides. The missiles that are here. He's also got a trapdoor in his legs that he can capture Minicons. And let's put the shorter guy in there. And so, he can... keep Minicons in his legs. He's got Minicon ports on top of his shoulders, and they even rotate around so that depending on where the post is or where the Minicon socket is on your particular Minicon, you can try to make sure that he fits. So with this guy we can put that right in there somehow. It doesn't want to go on. But whatever. So we've got lots of Minicon things there. We've also got, if I remember correctly, there was like a door in his stomach.
I think it's...
so here,
well, according to the box...
Oh, wait, here. I lost a...
till all are broken.
Till all are broken.
It says attach Minicon figure and chest opens for missile attack.
Yes.
And it shows the Minicon figure...
Well, here
behind his head.
Well, I'm going to show you that because I'm aware of that. Where's Dead End?
He's in my hand.
Okay, so here we take.
Well, I thought you were talking about the chest opening.
There is that Minicon port right there, and you plug him in, and then that happens, and it shoots this missile, and I feel like we missed an opportunity here. Let me close these.
Wow.
I thought you had to push it up, but boy, it just kind of... So let's go ahead and...
It's in his hand.
All right, let's change views. So we have the mixer view here, and we'll just set a guy completely at random right here.
And out of focus. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, we're getting there. Oh, focus.
Yeah.
Focus.
Okay, and now... Wheelie's humming a familiar tune. It sounds a lot like I Am Doomed. Aww. Boo.
Oh, for
You know what? Wheelie has earned his survival.
No.
So, all right.
I was trying not to mess up your cameras at all, and just.
Would you be willing to grab that missile? Because I want to show the missile on camera. The missile's cool.
Yeah, I gotta admit that. Where the heck did it go? Missile.
It went behind the computer in front of the curtain. So. I want to say, oh yeah. Okay, so here there's a little divot on the side here. You open this up, and then you can put a Minicon in his stomach. So it's like, look, I ate the Minicon. So there it is. Okay, so can I have the?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm trying not to step on things.
Sorry.
I assumed
too many toys.
I assumed you didn't want me to bull in the China shop that you back to you.
So take a look at that. You know, this is a cool missile that has all these parts that spread out. It's spring loaded, so it goes in like that. That's a cool missile. And right now, you know, it seems like Transformers toys go through, cycles. And you'll go through a cycle where you're allowed to have shooting weapons, and then you get all sorts of cool shooting weapons. And then you'll go through a lull like we're in right now, where you get no shooting weapons of any kind. You're gonna get little guns. They don't fire. They're just molded plastic, and that's it. But with Energon Unicron, you got missiles. You got more missiles. You got big missile, and you got an intestinal tract. So you know that just snaps in there. And notice the this from here you can see a little bit better the translucency of the plastic wings here, and then he's got all this translucent orange on the chest and in the abdomen and on his hips. He is just a gorgeous toy. I'm gonna see if I can set him up in front of the camera.
And Rob pointed out that the missile launching mechanism, it's completely mechanical. You know, it's not like battery powered or anything.
No,
it's
spring loaded, but it makes really cool noises.
Yes, it does.
So yes, Rob, you are correct. No batteries. I mean, there are batteries, but not for that feature. In fact, it proved positive. I took all the batteries out, and the feature still works. So let's go ahead, and we're going to put Unicron right. Can he stand on that lazy
You're gonna have to
Susan?
readjust that camera, though.
I am gonna have to readjust that camera.
I figured since the camera's still. But hello, Internet. While he is doing this, I will keep you entertained. We've got bunnies.
Thank you, Don. You're doing a good job. They won't even notice. There we go, and kind of get into a cool pose. Oh, I need the spudger.
Spudger.
I had a door malfunction.
Oh no, not a door malfunction. They'll censor your video for the door malfunction.
I'll censor the video.
CBS will get upset at you.
There we go. Okay, so there we go, and I think I have to back this off a little bit. Yeah, there we go, and we do that.
And we do that, and we do the other thing.
And let's move him over this way just a little bit.
Paul wants to know what my bunny transformed into. Unfortunately, it's not appropriate for this stream.
All right, so let's see how this looks. This is we had to pull the camera back a bit,
and the lighting is pretty poor.
The lighting is not great, but there he is, and
can I?
You might be able to. Let's do this. Let's bring this light up, and also a little bit over.
Because this doesn't rotate. Okay.
Right.
I keep wanting to use that like a mic stand, and it's not.
It is not. It is homemade. So that's not so bad. That is not so bad. But there he is in his robot mode, And again, what they did with all of the green wash here is fantastic. I love it. I love what the details that they have here on the chest and on the midsection. I mean, it really pops, and it makes him look like he's just got veins of energon that are kind of eking out through his various crevices and things like that. This is a beautiful toy, and it's cool, and it's fun, and let's see if I can get him to rotate completely. Can I? Almost. There we go. Squeeze. And yeah, he's got, obviously he's got back kibble here. There's these things, but that's it. I mean, he's got wing things. He's got these sort of implied wings that are made of the planet rings, which he wants to lean forward. Don't pitch forward. Don't flop over on me, Unicron.
His heels are, because he's so big, they're pushing on your turntable.
There, we'll do that.
There you go. Now you got him.
And so, he's just an awesome toy.
And Timpani Tim Kangaroo is here.
Oh, hey, Tim Kangaroo! Welcome! A toast to Timpani Tim Kangaroo. Clink. I guess we have kazoos, but yours exploded. So
kazoo explosion.
So we also have, of course, Dead End, which is the Minicon that comes with him.
Gobatron.
Or Gobatron, if you've decided that it's Gobatron.
Gobatron.
And he has a pretty simple transform. You've got the legs down here that fold down like this. And then you've got the little feet that are these little things, and they come up and they twist. And then we have the arms, which come around the body like so. If the other one's stuck. Oh, I see. The gun is stuck to it. So that's going to come around here. You're going to do a little rotate on the arm like that. Just like that, and bring that forward, and so now it's like he's holding a gun, and you can rotate this one, you can bring that down like that, and rotate it out like that, and that sort of makes a little hand, and then that's him. That's Dead End and or Gobatron, depending on...
Totally Gobatron.
It might be Gobatron.
Might as well be Gobatron.
It might as well be Gobatron.
And Rob S. has said that somewhere in New York, in Earth 8107, Peter Parker, Angelica Jones, and Bobby Drake are writhing in pain. Mission accomplished.
Do you know what that reference is?
Oh, I know what that...
Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Hey, he forgot the dog.
Ms. Lyons. Ms. Lyons. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna. Let's see. Oh, can I do this? Can I make this work? Yes, I sure can.
It's actually pretty much on camera, too.
I sure can. So, there you go. There is Dead End. The camera wants to focus on Unicron. Let's just move him back.
I mean...
I do, too. But, there's Dead End, a.k.a. Gobatron. And, he's a good little Minicon figure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. It's hard to be excited about the Minicon when you've got this.
Yeah. What's funny is I look at the Minicon. Put it back on the Minicon for a second.
Okay, wait here. There we go.
And I'm thinking, you know what? That almost looks better than the original Unicron prototype.
It absolutely does. Let's just admit it. Even as little as there is going on here, it's still a better toy than that original prototype Unicron would have been. Just imagine this, like 18 inches tall, and it's like, you know what? This still would have been better. It still would have been better. So yeah, but nonetheless, we have this, and I'm going to see if I can move the light a little bit more. Whoa! Let's try not to destroy him with the light.
And the light is going into camera shot. Okay, that's
There we
coming
go.
out.
There we go. Sort of, almost. There. Yeah. We've got lighting. See, we can make lighting happen. Straighten out the camera. Look at that. Yeah. Now we're cooking with gas.
That's Elephant Rider.
That is Elephant Rider. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So there he is, and I have to say, he is already one of my favorite things in my collection. I have been wanting to get this toy for 20 years, and now I've got him, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, I remember the last time I was down for a stream, we went to D&E Collectibles, and you saw him up on the shelf, and we're lusting after him.
Yeah, and that, it was pretty much my thing to go into the store every week and gaze at him longingly, and then sigh and buy something else. That was it. We got Toy Hio coming up next week.
We do have Toy Hio coming up next week. There is not a brosure because
we don't have
this
the
is
brochure.
This is a chill stream.
Yeah,
and
we didn't really prepare for it.
No.
We just kind of said, hey, Monica said, hey, do you doing anything tonight? And I said, yeah, why don't we do a chill stream?
Toy Hio is coming up. That's gonna be delicious.
Okay, you gonna swallow that?
Maybe.
Watch his mouth closely. Let's just watch to see whether he, like, at some point turns away or does one of these or something like that. You know what? You've either got it tucked in your cheek or you're doing it. Either way, it's a good effect. Very good.
You're welcome.
Very good, pal. See, that's where you comedically go, and as though I forced you to swallow it by slapping your back.
Yeah, but you really know better than that.
So Paul is asking, what's Toy Ohio? There is a toy convention that is happening. What is it, next Saturday? It's $5, isn't it? So yeah, if you look up Toy Hio, all one word, then and it's going on next Saturday. I think that the doors open at like 9 a.m. or something like that. And we're gonna be looking at toys, and there's gonna be vendors there, and you get deals on stuff, and that's gonna be fun. So
Just so there's no doubt.
Very good. Okay, you know what? Bravo, sir. So, last thing, which has nothing to do with Unicron. I got Kingdom Tracks. And Kingdom Tracks this is like a manufacturing flaw. Let me see.
At least in some. I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember hearing somebody else talk about that there was an issue with their tracks. And
so, you can see here that
not really well.
Not really well. Let's move. Let's see here. Okay, so you can see right here. There is a burr right here, and it keeps the hood from being able to completely transform. Yeah, there, it's in focus now.
There we go.
So I need to fix that. And yeah, this burr has kept me from being able to really play with this toy effectively. I think I have an X-Acto here. Yeah, right there, past the pen. Yep. There it is.
Oh, wow.
So I figured, you know what? Let's just do this on camera. Because I want to be able to play with my Tracks toy and then talk about it. But I also wanted to document that this Let's see if we can get it.
There's a good shot of that.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Like,
look at that. That is huge. That is a problem. And from what I understand, this is a common manufacturing flaw with this toy.
Now, results may vary. You may not have this problem, but
if you get him and you find that you see that burr and you find that it's hard to get him fully transformed into his vehicle mode, yeah, that's not supposed to be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hobby knife here and
why not a belt sander?
Why not use a belt sander?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a. You know what?
I'll tell you what. While you're moving that camera, why don't I take the blade away from your hand, like a little blade, before you stab something?
I wasn't going to stab anything. Certainly not me.
I am looking out for him, for his wife, since she's not here to look out for him. He's a danger to himself.
I'm not a danger to myself or others. Let's just aim
totally
this. I'm not. The
How
judge.
how many years have I known you?
The judge said that I'm not.
You did not. That was never said. I mean, come on. How many years have I known you?
Many.
Many.
You've known me for many. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to aim this down here, and I'm going to do that. And let's go to the mixer view. There we go. And hit the button. And there. Look at that. And I can also put some more light on the subject.
Perhaps this cord is...
Yeah, that's the power cord.
Yeah.
Let me do this. This is gonna be like
you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right. I want your love. I want your.
Okay, let's stop that. That's enough of that. All right, so there we go.
Right.
No, we're not.
Wheelie under the knife.
Okay, so we've got that, and let's adjust the lighting just a little bit, maybe. There we go.
Maybe.
There we go.
Maybe.
All right, so we have light, we have camera, and now we have action. So I'm just going to. There he goes. Now, just so that you're aware, this is translucent plastic that's been painted. So it is a little bit more brittle than some of the other parts. So you want to be careful, but cutting off that burr is pretty easy. Yeah, I'm just kind of shaving it flat. And so there we go. Now that edge is nice and clean. So that is what we did here.
So does he transform properly now?
Let's do it. Let's put these things together. Oh yeah, that is already. You know, it's funny because I've never been able to transform him completely before. I've had this toy for about 2 or 3 weeks.
You've had this toy, I think longer than that. I'd have to go back and look through that, because you got that, like, the day I came down for the last live stream I was here for.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well then. All right.
I remember it arriving.
Come on, Trax. Don't fight me, pal. Don't fight me. Don't be a hater. Come on, Tina. Eat your steak. God. Why are you so stupid? Okay. This does go in here. It goes together. I know that it goes together.
Tracks 12.
Ah, there we go.
Clay 1.
Nope. Look at that. Look at that, huh? And now we have Trax in his flying Corvette mode. Which, when I was a kid, the fact that Trax had this flight mode, even though it wasn't like a full third transform, they used it often on the show.
Well, they didn't have, the Autobots did not have a large cast of flying characters.
No,
that was
and
kind of billed as the Decepticons thing.
And at the time, they didn't have any Autobot triple changers. So he was the closest thing that you had to an Autobot triple changer. So, and I thought that was cool. So, yeah, now we have him. This is way better. I'm just going to say that this is way better than what he was like with the Burr.
The Machiavellic says Trax in his mask mode.
Yeah, you know what? He is totally I bet that Trax got his alt mode by scanning a mask vehicle. That's what happened.
Was it Thunder?
What?
Matt Tracker's vehicle was Thunder something, I think.
Something.
I keep wanting to say Thunderhawk, but I do not believe that is correct.
And so, yeah, so there we go. I don't like that they. I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
It really, really stands out, and I understand it's done for manufacturing reasons. Yeah, that's the way they designed it, so that the wings would be able to rotate and pop out. Well, actually, these are tail fins.
Those are the tail fins.
Yeah. And so I get it, but
well,
I'm going
to
paint them blue.
Here's the thing with the tail fins.
Here's what's going to happen.
Pop them out for a second. You got those tail fins, right? But they're also supposed to be with the guns on, right?
Right, which the guns don't fit on, do they?
Well, they do, but I do not. They're so close to the tail fins. The tail fins now become kind of pointless because this is the whole one unit box.
Yeah,
Rob S says that was Thunderhawk, so I guess that was the name of Matt Tracker's vehicle.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, and the original toy didn't have tail fins that popped out. It was just the wings that came out of the sides. And then you added on the guns and the rockets. Yeah, actually the gun went on the underside on the original, but on this one you can just add it on the top. But yeah, I'm afraid that as these are right now, that looks like ass.
Well, it is the back of a car.
Okay, it does look like the ass end of the car, but it also looks.
Yeah, I do not. There's.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get maybe a blue paint pen or just maybe some dark blue paint, but I will take these off and just paint the edges, and because that it's just so pronounced. I think they would have been better off molding these out of a blue plastic, and even if they painted the tops of them white, it would have been better. But or maybe, I don't know, blue plastic with a white detail. I don't know, but this that really just it hurts the overall look of the vehicle mode, which other than that is pretty nice because it's got the silver wheels and it's I feel like there could be more going on here. They kind of phoned this in.
Well, it was deluxe.
It is deluxe.
I mean, and that's a lower price point. You only get so much.
Yeah, you only get so much, but now my Trax works, so that's good.
And I mean, they already admittedly he's a deluxe. You don't get as much, but then the feet, on the robot mode that are attached.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Notice how Trax and this guy, I forget this guy, but are they like shopping at the same stores or something? But they're just I'm noticing a theme. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. This is here. So this is Unicron. Okay, that's Unicron's
legs.
foot. But can we actually show him on that camera?
I don't know.
There we go. That's him. Unicron looks awesome. I am so glad to have him. Yeah, this is a prize. So that's it. I just wanted to show everybody Unicron because he's awesome, and he's got lots of points of articulation, as you can see: shoulders, elbows, fingers, hips, feet, knees, and lots of parts that shoot and grab and hide mini cons and stuff like that. So really, even by today's standards, this is an excellent toy, and I'm really excited to have it, and especially now that the prices on these on the secondary market have come down. I've seen eBay listings for like as low as $170. So I mean, yes.
So if you were holding on to one, sell now.
No. If you were holding on to one, it's a bad time to sell. Okay, because these used to be like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but do you think they're going to go back up to 5 or 6?
I think that they could, actually, because I feel like with the upcoming waves, we're going to see a lot more nostalgia stuff aimed at
you've got
the Armada years.
Well, because who's the Titan class out of the new Legacy line?
It's Metroplex from Cybertron series. So, that was the one that was like a big earth mover thing.
Yeah, and they're with his big axe that, like, part of that beastly Metroplex, I'm holding a toy for a half hour while you transform it stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
All right, well, I guess... Oh, and Joy says that she had the Raven mask toy. It was cool because it shot out saw blades. Very cool.
Yeah, they were talking about Thunderhawk being the Camaro, and the Corvette, which was black, was Raven, and it became a seaplane. But it was one thing that
okay.
Matt Tracker's Camaro was what we were thinking, even though, especially me, I'm not the car. He's the car guy. I'm not the car guy.
It's true.
It's like it got 4 wheels. It goes that. Yay.
I'm not like a big car guy, but I'm enough of a car guy that I know the difference between a Camaro and a Corvette.
I mean, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess he was a Corvette. And when somebody mentions it, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess, but I didn't care.
So, all right, I think that's it. Is that it?
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Do you want it to be it? Do you want to just ramble more? I mean, it's...
you know what? I like rambling, but
we can mine this for comedy gold. You don't want to go. You don't want to go into.
You know what? I did just kind of set aside Nightmare Unicron just to be able to show a newer take on a Dark Unicron toy. I love this one too. I love the whole concept of you have Unicron as this essentially Transformer devil. Okay, the Unicron is the Transformer devil. He is the big bad in every mythology that people actually pay attention to. He is the counterpoint to Primus, their god.
Interesting thing, in the first script treatment for Transformers the movie, the one that was being produced in like 84, like when the line launches, they're already thinking theatrical movie. It just takes that long to produce, right?
Right.
Cybertron was supposed to transform.
Right.
Unicron, and they were supposed to be like related somehow. And then they forgot about it in the show, and you got the crap that was Unicron's origin in Call of the Primitives.
Oh, that was terrible. Which Call of the Primitives as a whole, like, has some really nice animation.
Some really good animation.
But, boy, that ending. And just the concept of this little dude that built Unicron. I have questions.
I build planets on my spare time.
Yeah,
And then, of course, its flaw is going to be the Matrix. And this planet that eats... And I'm going to create something else because I've got a thing against the Transformers.
Or against, like, reality?
Well, no, because he specifically like sent the new in the show. He created the energy being to go after the Transformers.
Maybe I don't know.
It's
bad.
It's
bad.
a kid show. Don't think about it too much.
Yeah,
But
you know,
at the same
and
token, we will.
That's that's the thing. For those of you who are fans of the live action movies who have heard me bitch, understand that I also bitch about the stuff that I love too. So build an unstoppable energy devouring thing that can just be thrown in reverse. Oh, that was Rob, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
It was so bad.
So bad.
Was,
I still have flashbacks from when we watched that episode when we were doing the Skylinks. We were looking for Skylinks things back when we did the Skylinks video to get in character. We kind of and we watched that whole thing.
Yes, and Skylinks was the shining star of season 3. He really was. Like he was the most memorable character, the most developed character. He just it's like just think when you find yourself in a situation, think to yourself, what would Skylinks do if he were here? And you can't go far from wrong. So, all right. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap things up. It's Dark Unicron. He's awesome, and I love him. And
Paul wants you to show how to transform him back.
Yeah, you know what? I can do that.
This is
I
not,
can do that.
This is not.
This is not movie Bumblebee. I can do that. Which I did transform movie Bumblebee back.
Yeah, you did.
You
had to fill for time for the stream, so, and you wanted to prove you could do it.
I wanted to prove that I could do it. That was it. So, all right, we're gonna transform him. So I'm gonna start by opening the doors on his arms. Spudger, please. Spudger. Because my fingernails still hurt. Isn't it bad when it's like, oh, my fingernails hurt. Oh, I don't want to transform Unicron. My fingernails hurt.
Tell you what, hand me Gobatron there.
You can transform Gobatron, and I'll transform Unicron, and I'll get the other door here with a Spudger. I'm gonna stop doing that voice. No, people are gonna unsubscribe. It's like,
wait, there they go already. Too late. Too late.
All right, so you put
and
in.
So it begins.
And so.
If they haven't unsubscribed by now, that voice ain't gonna do it.
So I was driving through Ohio over the last couple days. And there's these signs in Ohio when you get back onto an interstate from a rest stop, and they say, "Slow down, my mommy works here."
Oh, man, I remember when those were in our construction zones.
And did they ever have those in PA? Because I only remember them from Ohio.
No, we had them. Slow down, my mommy works here.
Yeah, or the other one. And they're printed to look like they're written in crayon.
Now they weren't. Admittedly, they weren't done that way. They were just regular orange construction signs, which of course puts me in mind of Clay's joke. He says, when I go through those construction zones, I like to run over those orange things. Vests.
Yes.
Just some of the dark humor that is the.
I'm not advocating violence against construction workers, and I'm not advocating driving recklessly. But boy, those signs are just nauseating.
It was those signs that kind of
It's the signs. It's it's pretty much the hey, I know that you're a crappy driver, but my mommy's there. I don't want you driving near my mommy because you're crappy at it. And it's like, like, shut up, kid. I'm gonna give you a sense.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe what the sign is saying is you gotta watch out for my mom. Maybe she's not really good at her job.
She wanders into traffic.
She wanders into traffic.
Slow down, my mommy wanders into traffic. Okay, you know what?
Slow down, my mommy works here. She drinks a lot. It's my fault.
My daddy is a heavy drinker.
Now we're getting really horrible.
My dad was a heavy drinker.
Yeah, your dad.
Anyway, all right. So anyway, we've got the arms, the shoulders came down, the arms. He hugs himself lovingly around his midsection. He just kind of goes like
Unicron,
that.
he's a hugger.
He's a hugger.
He's a
He's
hugger.
definitely a hugger. Sometimes he hugs with his giant spiky shoulder things. Which, in the we always assumed that the things on his head were the spiky, but in Armada they gave him shoulder things, which I think is fine. It's a design aesthetic. See, he's got a motif. So anyway, we got that happening here, and then we got to do the head. The head hinges in the back, so there's and it's a little tight. I'm uncomfortable with the tightness because I don't want to force it because it's a 20-year-old toy that I really like. So anyway,
and it has been a few streams since he's broken a toy.
It has been merciful. Actually, it hasn't been that many because I haven't been doing that many streams since then. So all right, we're gonna rotate the shell pieces around to the front, and you see how these hinge pieces go, and so we're just going to very gently rotate those around, and you see these cutouts here for the pincher pieces, so you want to make sure that the pincher pieces go in there, and they're going to close around the front. So let's just do this. And see, there's these little clips on either half of the maw here, and they're going to snap together just like that. There we go. And
cod piece down.
Cod piece down.
Cod piece down.
Whoa! We can't show that on camera. Oh no! Whoa! Censored!
Where's the mosaic guy? Where's the mosaic guy? Pixelate!
All right, so there you go, and now you already have like half a Unicron planet. So that's pretty cool. And you make sure that those are working properly. And now we want to take the legs, and we're going to flip the feet around, just rotating them 180 degrees, and then we're going to take the heels and wrap them around here, and you can just flip those up against the front of the legs. We can rotate the side quarter spheres. Quarter spheres is a weird word. I'm not even sure it's a real word, but I'm standing by it. And then we can take the rings here.
Are you able to articulate it and people understand what you meant, and can you spell it?
You know what? I personally can attest to 2 out of 3 of those things. The people understanding it, that.
I understood it, so therefore.
Oh, okay. All right. So you are my verification.
Seems like a word to me.
So I'm gonna straighten out the rings here. And you need to look for the end. Okay, so notice that this end has a little knockout right in the corner here, so that goes on the top. This end is just a full rectangle, so I'm going to flip this around, maybe. Let's see, we might have to do some stuff. All right, there we go. So now this one is the one with the knockout, that goes up top, and so we go like this, and then we're going to Pac-Man Unicron here, trying to keep these out of the way. And we bend at the knees. Now, here's the thing. There are, and it's going to be really hard for you to see this, there are holes here and here. There are pegs here and here in the legs. They're all going to go together, but so let's just go ahead and let's put that, try to get that to peg in here like that. And it's really hard to get them to peg in. That because they don't really want to line up.
So.
And before you even do final stuff, you take these ends. There's a lot of fidgety stuff getting all this stuff to line up together. So you're going to take the ends of the rings, and you see how they've got studs and hole patterns. You're going to, oh wait, that one's, there we go. We're going to mate these together, just like that. And you see how there's studs here and here. Well, there's holes on the insides of the feet.
And that's completely off camera, just so you know.
All right, there we go. So they're going to go in right there. Or, oh wait, those were screw holes. So they go into the holes that don't have screws, which are, let me see, right there. And so now you squeeze the legs together, and with the legs squeezed together and the bottom ring in, now you can try and squeeze together. And I'm going to push from the arms here because, again, this is that brittle plastic, so you don't want to
till all are broken.
You don't want to till all are broken that. And you want to just kind of squeeze it together. And then from here, we've got the top ring, and we're going to put that, and oh, you can turn these sideways, and that'll help you be able to maneuver these. And once again, you're going to put the top parts of the rings together, shove them in that little hole right there at the top, and then make sure everything's together. And do that. And last but not least,
does it go in this way or does it go in this way?
Look for the Minicon port. It's on his belly.
Yeah, it's there. Oh, it goes. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that way, now he's got a horn on top. So what does that make him?
A unicorn. Is that
I as soon as you said you were going to transform him back, I've been waiting to do that.
So, well, then in that case, wait here. Let me do that. So, oh, whoops. I said, this one's a little bit loosey goosey. There we go. So it's like a unicorn horn. It's like a unicorn. It's unicorn.
The answer is unicorn.
Wow. So there he is, and see, once again, I'm like. So yeah, that's the Unicron music from Transformers. Wah, 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 wah. Anyway, there it is. So, Unicron. Yeah! He's awesome! Alright, well, I think that's it. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me on this completely made up, disorganized, unplanned, unprepped chill stream, and bearing with our terrible music and also Dawn and no. So thank you so much. Of course, if you like this stream, then give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell and all that good stuff, because we are trying to grow so that maybe someday we'll be able to
continue to do bad comedy with slightly better production values,
Yes, yes. Bad comedy with better production values. This is Clay and Don, because he's Don. I'm not Don. It's telling you.
He's telling you.
Telling you to keep it Retrobot. Okay, that's enough of that. I don't think that anybody's going to put up with that anymore.
I don't know. They put up with a lot this far.
Poor people. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm not.